I wanted to write a novel about the election of a pope, not because I'm a Catholic, which I'm not, but because I'm a political writer, and a conclave is the oldest and most secretive electoral process on earth. I was allowed to go behind the scenes of the Vatican to see the places where a conclave takes place, in the corridors and in the bedrooms of the cardinals where they gather to discuss the candidates, in the room where the new pope is dressed, and even allowed to follow the walk he takes soon after he is elected.
And here is the balcony.
Oh my goodness. One aim of the novel was to take the reader inside the secret process of the conclave. Another was to see whether this 700-year-old ritual, this extraordinary collision between the sacred and the profane, still had lessons to offer modern politics, in particular in this season of elections. It's a fairly reliable rule of recent papal elections that whoever starts as favourite ends up losing, as is often said to be the case in Tory leadership elections. The cardinals may not know who they want to choose as pope, but they often know who they don't want, and the favourite is always vulnerable. Unless a popular incumbent is standing again, which obviously is never the case with a conclave, elections are very much an opportunity for change, and most of the popes elected over the past 60 years have been, in a way, change candidates. There's a warning here for Hillary Clinton above all, because if even the elderly cardinals of the conclave want to see a change, how much more so do millions of voters in the United States? When the cardinals gather in the Sistine Chapel, the first thing they do is pray that the Holy Spirit will come among them and guide them to a candidate. And once one of their number begins to attract a lot of votes, inevitably they have the aura of being God's chosen, what in a secular election a psephologist might call momentum. Whether or not you believe that Jeremy Corbyn is the second coming, it was certainly wise of his supporters to colonise that particular word, and his opponents have been on the defensive ever since. Cardinals in a conclave are traditionally supposed to insist that they have no desire to become pope. Nevertheless, those popes who were most successful, John the 23rd, John Paul II, and the present pope, seem to, almost from the start, project an aura of confidence. It's important to appear at ease in the role, and it's also important to look healthy. Conclaves are short, any divisions are kept behind closed doors, and when the winning candidate emerges, the church unites around him. Secular politics has a lot to learn from conclaves. Conclave, from the Latin conclavis, with a key. Since the 13th century, this was how the Church had ensured its cardinals would come to a decision. They would not be released from the chapel, except for meals and to sleep, until they had chosen a pope. Finally, the cardinal electors were alone.